Let's talk about something that affects millions of us, and it's sometimes subtle and other times not so subtle. It's hair loss. It can be a real knock to confidence, right? Well, if you're looking for real solutions, not just empty promises, you need to know about Grow Clinics. Grow Clinics are leading the way in hair restoration, performing over 150 hair transplants every month. That tells you something right there. These aren't just technicians. Procedures are led by experienced doctors who are specialists in their field. And they're not just about transplants either. Grow Clinics understands that hair loss is complex, so they offer a comprehensive range of treatments. Think everything from prescription hair care you can use at home to cutting-edge, non-invasive in-clinic procedures. They tailor solutions to your specific needs. And the best part, they're conveniently located. Whether you're in Brisbane, the Gold Coast, Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, or even across the ditch in Auckland, New Zealand, there's a Grow Clinics near you. They're so confident in what they do, they're offering a free consultation to listeners of the Brown Park podcast, so just mention us when you book and you'll get expert advice with no obligation. So if you're ready to take control of your hair health and your confidence, visit Grow Clinics. It's time to rediscover your best self.
Christo and Dion are being viciously mediocre on the Brown Park podcast.
I was just sitting at my desk and I realised that I'd received a piece of mail.
Mail? Okay. Is it important?
It is actually very important.
I hope you've got home insurance.
Yeah. One, my wife subscribed me to The Onion.
What's The Onion? Never heard of
It's a satirical newspaper for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
For my milestone birthday.
For your 50th? Gotcha.
But then sitting here up on the desk, and I didn't know that it was here. I didn't even know that it had come in.
Oh, your bowel cancer kit.
My bowel screening kit.
Time to poo on a stick.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
No, good luck that it had come in. I hadn't even seen it come in.
Well, you're going to see it going out.
What's in it? Well, you wouldn't know because you're not there yet.
No, not there yet. I'm assuming that it's going to be like a little tube, a little spoon.
It's a little tube.
Yep. And on the end of that thing will be a little spoon.
And a bag.
Like a little ice cream scoop.
Yep. And, yeah, a whole bunch of instructions. All right, well.
You know, I'm always here for you, brother, but I'm not giving you a hand with that.
No.
You're on your own.
This is the Brown Park Podcast with Christo and Dion.
You've discovered something courtesy of our wives.
Yes, I have.
And
I think I know what you're doing. Yes.
Kinesiology.
Indeed.
Okay, so I want to know about kinesiology. I want to know about what does it do? Like you went to your very first ever kinesiologist?
I did.
I want to say.
Yes.
What?
And God, I know what you're going to ask, and it's even so hard to explain. So, but ask your question first.
Well, my question is, what is it?
Look, I guess, I don't know, it's hard, because I had a feeling you were going to ask about it.
Of course.
And I was trying to think, how would you explain it? And I guess the best way to explain it would be to releasing...
stop there.
I think the best way to describe it would be to release, I guess, negative energy, or... You know what better off to do? Let's Google it.
Hey, Siri, what is kinesiology?
Here's some info about kinesiology.
Thanks.
That's great.
So that's great for a podcast.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now read this. Siri, what is kinesiology?
Kinesiology is the scientific study of human body movement. Kinesiology addresses physiological, anatomical, biomechanical, pathological, neuropsychological principles and mechanisms of movement. Would you like to hear more?
Explain what you just said.
Found this on the web for explain what you just said. Check it out.
Oh, thank you. That's great. But yeah, like it's super hard to explain, but
No. Siri gave a perfect definition. I exactly know what kinesiology is now.
If you're a doctor, you might understand what the hell they just said.
Why did you go to the kinesiologist?
Right. Well, so I've been super emotional of late. Well, since November last year when I got super sick,
Yep.
I've been super emotional, grumpy, like really agitated. So it doesn't take much to set me off. Mm-hmm. And I just haven't felt any energy, lack of motivation. That's pretty much where it's at. Like just been in I guess the best way to describe it is I've been in a hell of a rut.
Been in a funk.
November. Yeah. Been in a funk.
So let's unpack that for a second.
Oh, that's right. That is the tube of the.
Let's put that on the runway.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's turn the key.
Fuck, I hate all those kind of things. Anyway, but it sometimes happens with people who have faced mortality because you came exceptionally close. Okay, there was a chance.
Yes,
there was a chance that you weren't going to make it through this. You got very, very sick.
I did.
So sometimes I think what happens with these kind of situations is you're faced with your own mortality, and then all of a sudden you sit there and you're thinking to yourself, what am I doing with my life?
Well, see, that's what I had. I mean, yes, I had moments of that, but I kind of thought that if you went through something like what I did, you'd come out and you'd be, a lot more grateful for life, which I am.
Yeah.
But what I didn't see coming was where I am now, essentially, where I'm in a bit of a funk. Because theoretically, it should be the opposite. You've almost died, so you realise life is short. You move on.
It's funny because my father went through not what you went through, but he had a heart problem way back in the day, 20 years ago, and he came out the other side of it because he almost died on the table.
Jesus.
When they were operating on him. He had to get a valve put in his heart. And he almost died on the table, and he came out of it and he had the same thing. He went through a really down and grumpy period where he was super emotional. I mean, my father doesn't cry, but super emotional, grumpy, couldn't get his head around what he was doing with life and all that kind of thing. He eventually got through it, but it was just the period straight after where he was questioning anything and everything. What am I doing with my life? Where am I going? What am I up to? What do I do from here?
Yeah, and that's quite, I don't know if it's hard to explain where I'm at. But so I went to the kinesiologist because my wife and your wife both go see Catherine, the woman I went and saw the other day. So essentially it's I guess she essentially kind of like hold your hand, and her body gives her signals when she'll ask you something, and then the body will react in a certain way, and then it helps.
In what way? Do you like spasm or
no? I don't know. You kind of feel a bit of energy in your hand or whatever. So I don't know what she's picking up, and you'd have to be open to it. You'd have to believe in this type of thing. I think it's some of it's probably psychological.
Yeah.
But I absolutely believe in it. So it's, you go in there, you have a chat first. You talk about what you want to get out of the session. So for me, it was like I want to be more emotionally regulated, and I want my energy levels to increase. And I guess, ultimately, I just want to stop in the negative self-talk and the negative view that I have on the world at the moment is what I wanted to sort of come out of there with. I wanted to remove all that and, I guess essentially come out feeling a bit more free.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And so Sarah was saying she and don't take this down the wrong way, but she touches various body parts and then waits for...
Correct.
And then can actually say, well, you've got some built-up trauma from when you were 5.
Yes, that's it. And so, she goes to me... she goes, there's a bit of shock there around the age of 1. And...
Did you go, oh, yeah, that's easy. I was...
Well, I was 9-10 weeks premature or something, but when I was 1, I think I died. There was a complication with me around that age of 1 where I actually died and they brought me back to life.
Jesus Christ.
So, and I went, wow, okay, so maybe, and she goes, well, that is shocking. I went, no, okay, I guess, but it's not something that I remember.
I guess it's psychological in that respect that your body probably remembers it, but you just don't.
Correct, that's it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Ultimately, the body that I inhabit went
your meat suit.
My meat suit, what a meat suit it is. Well, my body has definitely been through it, but it's not something that I cognitively remember. So, for some reason that came up, and then like I say, it's a bit of Reiki to release energy and things like that. So ultimately it's about how your body's currently responding, and then sort of identifying the emotions or energies that you need to release.
Okay, and what did you feel like after it?
I definitely, it's almost, it was like seeing a therapist, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I left there a bit clearer, a bit lighter, and maybe that just comes from even just talking about it with someone outside of your current circle, like a therapist type of thing. So, look, I came out of it a lot lighter. I definitely feel more level, for sure. So it was different. I wasn't sure what I was getting myself in for, but at this stage, I'm sort of open to try anything.
That is the beauty of a therapist, though. I've found, especially with my depression and stuff like that, you going to a therapist just enlightened. Like it lifts a load because it's somebody that's qualified in a non-judgmental space. Although my therapist is pretty good, she'll sit there and she'll go, "Why the fuck are you thinking that? This is why you shouldn't think that." And she gives it. God, every sentence I go to say, I know you're going to take it down a different path, but I was going to say she gives it to me hard. You know what I mean? So that you actually sit there and you question yourself and you go, "Well, yeah, you're right. Why am I thinking like that? Why am I doing this to myself when I shouldn't be?"
It's true because again with the guy I see, Craig. He'll say something and I'll get defensive on it and I will try to validate, justify why I'm feeling this way or how I've ended up here. And it's like, if you're triggered, that is where the work is. Like, why are you being so defensive on it? And if you're defensive on it, you're not going to be open to receive the information you need to. So, yeah, I gave it a crack. I'll definitely be going back. I was
going to say, that was my next question. Would you be going back to it and go and try it out again?
Yeah, for sure. So I'll have a follow-up session in 4 weeks.
Okay.
And then, look, ultimately, I think it was definitely a positive. Not something that I'd done before. And like I say, you've got to be open to it.
Knowing me the way you do, do you think I could do it?
Ooh,
be honest.
You can be somewhat cynical.
How dare you?
Love you.
How dare you?
Love you. But again, if you were to do it, you'd have to go in completely open to the experience. Okay. And ultimately, I think the premise of it is right. I think our bodies react subconsciously outside of our control, and there is a level of energy gets blocked. I believe, and until you release it, then it's just going to sort of play havoc with your nervous system and ultimately your brain hole. But yeah, ultimately, I think it was a positive, and like I say, it's something that I will do again. Just to, like I say, I'm open to anything because where I'm at right now is not where I want to be.
Now, speaking of emotional,
and I know where you're going with this as well. Go forth, go forth, you son of a bitch.
Your daughter and my daughter have both I've got 3, you've got 1.
Yes.
So my second child, your one and only, both started high school.
Yes.
You have been a wreck.
I was a mess. I really was.
Why? Open up. Tell us, put your feelings on the runway, Dion.
Well, firstly, she's been pretty sick. So she had to show up to her first day of high school, not in a good way at all.
Second, I just want to point out, last year, right, my family had the run of, I had shingles, one of my kids had chickenpox and the other had whooping cough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then another one had a light case of it, and we were all sick for ages. And then at the time you were like, God, what's going on with you guys? And then you had a run of it again.
Yeah.
It's like your family have taken over.
Well, I mean, I would say that I have been sick since November when I initially went downhill. But, I went from that to straight into a chest infection and then it cleared off for a week. Then chest infection came back. So it was just a run. And then, my wife, Casey, she's been crook for the last, I want to say 8 to 10 days, like with the flu or something. And Summer was, super sick as well. So it was, it's been a run. Like it's just like a house of germs that's just gotten in here and it's not leaving. So, but yes, so she had her first day of high school, first week of high school.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I am super emotional about it. And I've been trying to unpack it because I've been at her beck and call, like just trying to support her through it. Like she got home from the first day of high school and she was just like, she was really sick. Like you can tell she'd pushed through.
Yeah.
Which is good, sometimes you've got to push through.
No, there's nothing like spreading that disease throughout the first year, first week of grade 7 for all the other students. Yeah, that's good.
She's taking down the whole school. But even the night before, she was it was Monday evening. The first day of school was Tuesday. She's crying, and then I start crying. She's like, Dad, why are you crying? And I said,
was Casey crying?
No, she wasn't. She's been super sick. So, so I was crying with her, and because I'm emotional lately, and I'm like, God damn, show up for your daughter, be the strength. But I just haven't had it. And then
hang on, and this is going to go into the sense that men don't cry and men can't show emotion and stuff like that. I think it's actually really fucking healthy that you cried in front of her because, like, love my dad, never seen. He's not an emotional guy.
No,
okay.
no, I haven't seen him cry either.
I've never seen him cry. I mean, I've never heard him tell me that he loves me. That's the thing. That's something we'll unpack another day. But yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing for your kids to see you cry, especially since you've got one child.
I mean, I agree. I agree that it's important that anyone is free to cry and honour their feelings. But I think I've been a little bit too emotional because I've just wanted to make the week as smooth as I can for her, and which I have. I've done the best I can. And as Casey, but she's been, pretty crook, like I say. And I don't know. And for me, I've been trying to unpack why is this impacting me so much? And I think because I hated high school, absolutely hated it. I didn't finish year 10. I left halfway through year 10 to take up my trade. Mm-hmm. And I guess I was projecting my traumas or my hate for it, hoping that I'd be able to minimise the impact of going to high school in the hope that she would love it. And look, she's really enjoyed the first.
Yeah. Why did you hate school?
Well, because I mean we know now that I was ADHD and I didn't learn like the other kids.
Yeah.
So I hated school, one, because I couldn't pick up the information that was being delivered properly.
Yeah.
So then obviously I became the class clown and was the loose unit to, I guess.
Until you were 45.
Until I was 43. I was diagnosed. I've been doing that my whole life.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I just hated school because, there was always that level of pressure. I wasn't really performing.
Yeah.
To everyone's expectations. So yeah, I mean, friendships and everything were good, but I just remember being on the school bus every day going, fuck, I hate this. And if I get a chance to get out, I'm getting out.
And you did.
And I did, which worked out okay. I mean, because school's not for everybody. I would suggest that I've achieved a level of success in my life that, some don't. Even if you finish high school, go to uni, maybe you wouldn't get to the level I'm at. So ultimately, I know that school's not for everybody. It wasn't for me, sure as shit. But what I'm quickly realising is that my daughter is her own person. Go figure. Like, she's going to have her own journey. Just because I had a shit time doesn't mean she will, because she's always loved school. And I guess my hope or my anxiety around it all was that she'd get to high school and fucking hate it, and then we would have the battle as parents to get
of what you did. Yeah.
And I've never wanted that level of stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I have been like super emotional about it all. Like waiting for, the day can't go quick enough so I can get to school to pick her up.
Yeah.
Like watching the clock. Like, okay, what am I doing now? Like, my thought has been with her, pretty much 100% of the time, which is not healthy for me or for her.
No.
It's been a shit run, and a lot of learnings.
You're fighting back the tears now, aren't you?
I was earlier when you brought it up. I can feel it now. I feel it. Like I'm on the verge of crying now. I don't know why. So this is the journey I'm on.
I think you've got to look at the circumstance that you've been in over the journey that you've been in over the last 5 months, 4 months, 3 months. God, what are we in? 3 months.
3 months.
So
12-week period. Yes.
I think that's going to take a bit of time, and your body's still in recovery mode from what you went through.
Well, the doctor said it can take 12 months to come right. And that's my level of concern too. Number one, don't want to be the victim. And then number two, I've spoken to a few people. I'm concerned that I'm not going to get back to the vitality or the vibrance that I was before, which is my biggest concern.
In the immortal words of a guest you invited onto the show.
Oh, yes.
By the name of Pete Evans. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What are you gaining from your trauma? Because everybody gains from their trauma. What kind of monetary gain are you getting from your trauma that you can capitalize on? Because nobody goes through this without that experience.
I think you're taking what he said in the wrong way. When I hear him say that, what are you gaining from it? Then if I'm honest and don't head down you're cynical. See, who would have thought? See, we said you're cynical. Oh my God. Yeah, kinesiology is not for you. You'll be coming back 2 episodes from now going, now as my kinesiologist said, Yep, no, it's off the table for you. It's kinesiology is dead to you. Don't do it. I don't need your level of cynicism when I'm trying to heal myself.
This is the Brown Park Podcast. Now, a word from our sponsors.
Are you one of the many Australians experiencing hair loss? Do you find yourself avoiding the mirror or constantly trying new products that just don't work? Well, there's a solution that's backed by science and delivers real results, and it's Grow Clinics. Grow Clinics is a leading hair transplant clinic with locations across Australia and New Zealand. They perform over 150 hair transplants every single month, and their procedures are led by experienced doctors who are experts in the field of hair restoration. But Grow Clinics isn't just about hair transplants. They offer a wide range of services to combat all stages of hair loss. Whether you're looking for prescription hair care you can use at home or you're interested in specialised non-invasive treatments in clinic, Grow Clinics has you covered. With clinics in Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sydney, Melbourne, Perth and Auckland, New Zealand, there's a Grow Clinic near you, and the best part? They're offering a free consultation for our listeners of the Brown Park podcast. Just mention our show when you call in to book and you'll be on your way to a fuller, healthier head of hair. So don't wait any longer. Take control of your hair loss journey with Grow Clinics.
This is the Brown Park Podcast.
Real fellas.
So, in your job in radio,
Yep.
you get invited to a lot of events, get free shit sometimes.
Yeah, not as much as what I used to. The good old days of that stuff is gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, we used to get so much free stuff. It's crazy.
But what would you say is the have you turned down anything that was somewhat significant and your significant other said, why the hell did you turn that down, that you can think of?
No.
The reason I ask, so my wife and I went to Sydney for the weekend.
Yep.
And we're just walking around the Opera House.
Yep.
Just, we've had dinner, we've had a couple of drinks, and then this gentleman came up and said, hey, would you like 2 tickets to the opera in the Opera House for the second half? Because we can't stay, we're going home. Mm-hmm. And I straight away go, no, we're good, mate.
Yeah.
And then he sort of looked at me shocked, like, why are you turning this down? I'm like, okay, off we go. And then after this guy leaves, my wife Casey goes, what did you just do? I said, I don't know, it was a reflex action. Do I want to go to the opera? No.
No, opera is awful.
No. But then I started thinking, what an idiot, because I've never actually been inside the Opera House.
Oh, okay.
Or take or leave opera, but I haven't actually seen anything or any concert inside the Opera House, and it was my chance to go in there for nothing.
Yeah.
And have a look around. But
yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
Well, and just as soon as he said opera, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I would have knocked back the opera as well.
Good. I'm glad I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I mean, I do have slight regrets because I've taken it and then, gone for 5 minutes and then bailed. But
look, it is called an opera house for a reason, and it's designed to see
opera.
And it is pretty spectacular inside it.
Thanks, mate. You're making me feel so much better.
I've been lucky enough in my career to have gone there a few times.
Okay. Oh, well, la-di-da. Well, I haven't, and I still haven't.
Guy Sebastian, Darren Hayes, Kanye West.
Did Kanye West play inside the?
Kanye West played inside the Opera House before he was a
lunatic.
Lunatic, yeah. Before he was a loon, he had a full orchestra and played. It was called late orchestration.
And what's it sound like in here? Is it as good as it was designed to do, or what? Like, did it sound epic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more about the aesthetic. The aesthetic is quite incredible. Yeah, I would have said no to the opera as well.
I think I would have gone in. When you said you want to go, but I would have had tickets anyway. Yeah. But had it been something like that, but I would have sat down there and they would have been going, what? And I would have gone, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah, and then walked straight out again.
Yeah.
We could have seen the inside of the opera house.
True.
Yeah.
Not today, Millhouse. Not today.
Recently had a guy by the name of Cam Merchant on the show, and one of the things he discussed that we didn't actually get to in the interview is his 8 pillars of how he lives his life, and we thought they were too interesting just to let go on the cutting room floor, so we thought we'd share them with you in this episode.
You've spoken about your pillars. What are your pillars?
Totally, yep. So I work on 8 pillars. And this is what my book is coming. This currently writing at the moment is 8 pillar guide. That's not what it's called. It's got a title, but it's the why, understanding a why, really going deep. Because without that why, how are we getting out of bed? How are we showing up? there's accountability. Finally, taking responsibility for your behaviours and your life and who you are. Is the awareness part. That's step 3. Looking yourself in the mirror and having almost an overview of what's serving you, what's not. And that's either or is totally fine, which is a great thing. So you can look at what's serving you, and this is the part that, here's an example. For the last 2 weeks, I actually have been sitting in a bit of languishing, like not feeling my mentally upbeat, energetic self. I've just been feeling a little bit off, probably because my 7-month-old hasn't been sleeping.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That will do it, which means that I haven't been able to get up in the morning and go to the gym, head to the ocean pool, go for a swim and meditate. They're my main 3 things that just set my day up, put my force field around me, set my day up for whatever is going to be thrown at me. I've got my kids coming at me, my family, wife, we've all got work emails, we've got work, we've got bosses, we've got traffic. No matter what, you got to think, those things are so out of our control. We can't control them. But what I can control is how I respond to them, and that's me setting up my force field and my programming for the day to make me feel at ease, to make me feel calm, so I can respond best. And I've done experiments of days when I haven't done it and days where I have, and very similar situations will come, and I just snap, go out and you think, fuck me, what's that all about?
For? Yeah.
Yeah, so the last 2 weeks I just haven't been able to do that as best as I possibly can. But then I went, okay, great, not feeling amazing, but let's get back to them. So that's the thing. Basically, understanding what serves you, what doesn't, and when you can do that. You've got your little, I talk about your little special recipe book. What are your ingredients that make your day? What are the ingredients who make you, the person that you want to be? And it's just like if someone's making a cake, you don't sit there. If you're making a beautiful mud cake, and that's what Mum makes, she's not throwing in squid and tuna and cucumbers. She knows exactly what that recipe is to make the perfect cake. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to do that as adults, to understand what we need. And it's never going to be perfect. I get that. But at least you've got a foundation to know what's leading you on the right path to the best possible day that you can have. So from there, and then look, from the why question, I always like to ask, what's your why? Someone's going, well, I don't know what my why is. Ask the 5 whys, which I love to do, and it's basically, what do you want to do? What do you want to get? And it's like, some people go, well, I want to be fitter, I want to have a better body, or whatever that looks like. Okay, and then ask the same why question 5 times. So, okay, you want to have a better body? Why? Well, so I can look good and feel good. Okay, that's great. You want to look good and feel good? Fantastic. Why? Well, it make me stronger and sort of fitter. Okay, fantastic. Stronger and fitter. Why? Well, that means that I can be stronger to pick up my kids. Oh, great. Fantastic. Why? Why is that important? So I can show up for them every day with energy and I can flourish with them, and I can be a great example for my kids so that they go up to be. Yeah. Bang. You just hit your why. So if you give yourself a chance to go a little bit deeper, go a little bit more personal, you've got a huge opportunity to figure out what that real why is. Because I know, what's my why? I don't know. Well, that's your why. Go deeper, ask the 5 whys, and you start to really understand. Sometimes it could be a bit uncomfortable, no matter what it is. But if you can have that awareness piece and look yourself in the mirror, you can really take control of that, and it can ask some great questions.
I read a book a while ago. I can't remember what it was. It was like the Golden Circle, but it's all based on the why. But yeah, it changed my life as well.
And that's a huge part to it. The next part is gratitude. Sitting back and really understanding what you're grateful for. So it was in that moment, and I could be at rock bottom, and I was. And I basically sat there and I went, okay, because it's really hard to feel gratitude and anxious at the same time. You can't actually do both. So when someone's feeling anxious, step into gratitude, because then it finds yourself quicker to the present moment and be really present. And in that moment, I was like, okay, well, I do have my friends and family that are here supporting me, no matter how I'm feeling, no matter where I am. They're not judging me. They're just showing me support. God, that's beautiful. I'm really appreciative of that. Okay, well, I still have my health. My heart's beating. Still got, I have things going on, and I've got the opportunity to take forward and learn some new things and get better. Fuck, it's pretty good. I've got a roof over my head. Like, deliberate intentional gratitude that you can really step into, not just like, oh yeah, house, the money, the car, the family. Like, you need to really step in that for at least 15 seconds and let that emotion take over to go, wow, how grateful am I right now that I've got this? And it tips into a bit of mindfulness as well, but that's when you can get really present. The next moment is being vulnerable, and this is what I say all the time to males genuinely. If we can be vulnerable and share our story of what we're going through and who we are and what's happening in our world, it gives a credible opportunity for yourself to open up, tell your story, but it gives someone else an amazing time to relate to your story. Because most of the time we all think what's going on in our lives, the shit that we've got going on, is just me. And if someone shares their story, especially on a platform or a leader or some description, they go, fuck, I didn't realise that's what you were going through. Now I don't feel so bad, and it makes me feel normal. It makes
vulnerability breeds trust with another person.
Totally accelerates a beautiful relationship, incredible trust. And I usually, when I do my keynote or on stage or my workshop, I always just say, people come up to me and go, hey Cam, geez, you're a professional cricketer and you went on maths and got married, and geez, life's great for you. I said, yeah, it is now, but you didn't see the 10 years. So that's why I love being able to tell my story, because people are like, I didn't even realise that. I just thought life was great. It's like, no, you didn't see the hard work and the trauma and the heartache and pain that I went through. But I'm proud of it, because here's my story, and people go, wow, geez, I'm going through something like that, or my friend's going through something like that. That provides that little bit of hope again, which then they can tell their story, and it becomes a ripple effect. It generally becomes a ripple effect, which then leads to the next pillar of connection in your circle, in your village. And when you connect those people, everything, it happens, and it releases incredible drug oxytocin of just hugging, a presence of just being calm, safe, and being okay, which is just a beautiful part. And if you can have one or two really close people that you can just trust and be there with, and in your village that you can speak to, it just means that you don't have to worry alone. Whatever's going on, that person can show that empathy to go, hey, I noticed that you were just feeling a little bit down. Would you like to, do you want to open up about that? Do you want to talk? And the majority of the time, people will sometimes go, no, it's okay, I'm fine for now. But if you just let them know of a baseline that you're there and support is open and welcome, majority of the time that person without pressure will come and say, hey, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit behind today. Do you mind if we just have a catch up and a chat? It could be at work, it could be at family. And that was a big one for me, knowing those people were just there. And then that starts to lead into your purpose, understanding what actually, and then purpose connects back to your why. Yeah. When we can do that, you go, holy shit, this is what I wanted. Now I'm starting to lead into my purpose, because I went through all those steps which relate. Understanding it's giving me my pure purpose. I had to go through all that because I once thought cricket was my purpose. I just thought cricket was it. That was my purpose. Now I realise that cricket was just a stepping stone. Everything that I went through has led me to my purpose now, which is being able to speak to you guys and have these conversations, get up on stage, do workshops, coach individual and mentor youngsters, adults who are also going through a time where they just need a little bit of support and help. That's where I see it, and have these conversations. So the mental health statistics continue to get better opposed to worse. And the last one is simply, once you've got all that, is action. And it's a big one, because you can't just sit there and just ask the universe for something and have a sandwich and we'll come together. You got to start putting a plan in place of what that action looks like, and who are you going to show up as? What's you and your best essence? And that person is whatever that is. And I'll ask you boys that question, Dion. When are you at your absolute best?
I think when I'm with a group of people I trust, generally speaking, and I can be open and vulnerable. Doing things like this is when I'm at my best as well. So yeah, I mean, that's, I guess when I'm when I'm with a group of people that I feel comfortable with, that's when I am performing at my best, not when I'm putting on a corporate mask for work or talking to a customer about selling them something. That's not when I'm at my best. I'm at my best when I'm connected to loved ones and those around me.
Beautiful. And what does that emulate fun, enjoyment, positivity, just like
all of that, but it comes with a level of feeling just centered in a moment and present. Is when everything, I have ADHD, or I suffer from ADHD, and it's in the moments when I'm connecting with those around me, I feel the calmness in my mind. Everything sort of slows down a lot more when I'm feeling that.
Yes, I love it. And I bet you those that are also dealing with something similar that you're in with, they would relate and they'd feel your calm, they'd feel your presence, and they just think everything's okay as well. So you have this incredible energy around you that when you're at your best, you're also making people around you at your best as well.
Yeah.
So as you just say, if you can emulate that, and we all have our down days, but if you can understand what that looks like, what that feels like, and when you're having one of those down days and you go, okay, what's me showing? Because everyone goes, show up as your best self.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
What is that? How do we understand that? So your listeners and viewers, if they're asking the same thing, they ask themselves the same questions of, okay, me showing my best looks like, me in my best essence looks like I'm fun, I'm energetic, I'm loving, I'm empathetic, I'm caring, I'm compassionate, I'm leader. And even me saying those things, you probably just saw my shoulders just completely come back, because that's me. And when I know, then it's okay, because it's reality and it's day-to-day life that we live. When I'm not feeling like that, that's okay too. You can sit in that for a little bit, but when it's time, like you said, for your kids or the people around you, when it's time to show up, it's like, okay, what's me? And you have got the opportunity to change a moment like that, to step into those beautiful feelings and emotions, and you start to come through to go, okay, I need to show up. What's that look like? This is me in my best essence. Let's go. And it is a ripple effect. You can start to just show up as in a moment. You can do it.
Yeah.
And that's the action that you need to start taking. It doesn't have to be all the world, but you start showing up that way and understanding it, then you can put some really cool actions in place to start creating the life that you want and deserve, and the inner peace, more importantly, that you desire.
Thank you very much for your time. If anybody wants to reach you, you've got your website?
Yes, CameronMerchant.com.
Yep.
That's where, everything from keynotes to workshops to working one-on-one is always available. Absolutely love it. And my Instagram, at Cam Merchant.
Well,
boys, it has been such a pleasure, and I just want to say thank you so much for having me. Huge congratulations to you boys and having these conversations, just how important it is, and what you're doing, being vulnerable and putting yourself out there, telling your story, and those that are connecting to it, being able to share theirs as well. So having a huge impact and being really proud of that.
We couldn't do it without guests like you coming on the show, mate. So, ditto to that.
When I'm up on the Gold Coast, I'll make
Drop
sure.
us a line, mate, for sure.
Thanks, lads. Have a great day.
Why are you happy?
Because I don't want to be sad.